Hello everyone, my name is Bukhari. Welcome to this tutorial of creating a beautiful website. In this tutorial we're going to create a site like this, and we're going to have a header and then the brand logo there sitting in the vertically center, and the navigation like so, and then the image slider. Okay, we're going to create these from the scratch in Dreamweaver CS6 or in your favorite code editor. So let's dive in. I'm going to open Dreamweaver CS6 and file, new, and make sure doc type is HTML5, create, and give it a title first. My site rocks. Yep. And then save it on your desktop. I'm going to save it on my desktop, and I'm going to create a folder called my site rocks. I just created a folder on my desktop. Okay, desktop my site rocks, and then change this name to index html.html. Okay, save. Okay, and first thing first, in the body we're going to create the IDs that we want to have in our site page. Alright, first we're going to have a div ID, and we're going to call it a wrapper, and press enter, give it a comment, copy this, paste it in the end wrapper div tag ID, and wrapper, and make sure everything is in between this wrapper ID. Okay, alright, refresh, and then we're going to have a header ID. This is going to be a HTML5 tag, so header like so, give it a comment as well, and header. Alright, we're good. And within this header we're going to have a div ID, and we're going to call it header container. That's because we are going to have a full width header and fixed width container. Okay, and this header container is going to help us by doing so. Put everything in the center, and within this header container ID, give it a comment. Comments in there, so you know where you're having what. So div ID, it is going to be brand or logo ID, and just after this ID we're going to have another ID. Basically it is going to be the HTML5 tag, so like so, nav, and within the nav we're going to have UL, another list tags, and within the another list we're going to have li tags, and within the li anchored have a reference, put a hashtag for the time being, give it a name, and then copy, paste it 4 times, and change the name to store portfolio, then blog, then contact. Alright, save. Let's give it a branded text there, like so. Okay, moving on. And then, okay, we are almost set for the header and the navigation. Let's fix the, let's give it a CSS rule first. Okay, in the title, style type alright, then first give the body tag the page CSS rule, so padding is going to be 0 and margin is going to be 0. In that way there will be no other spaces in between the contents. Okay, so I press refresh, there will be no space in there, in the top, in the left, and anywhere except the contents. Alright, let's create body, then background color, put a white color, nothing fancy, and then a curly brackets color. I want to have all my linked anchor items to have this color, and that's changed there. And then the header is a HTML5 tag, so we don't need to put the hash there. Okay, so header, now the first the wrapper ID, wrapper curly brackets, the width is going to be 100%, height is going to be auto, the margin is going to be auto. Alright, then the header, the width is going to be 100%, the height is going to be 100 pixels, and margin is auto. And then the write like me header space hash, then these header container ID, copy it and paste it, then the brackets, curly brackets, and the width is going to be 100%, then the max width is going to be 960 or 960 pixels, and margin is going to be auto. Alright, then we're gonna have a box shadow. Oh no, not in here, in the header. Let's break it down. We want to see the header have a shadow underneath it, so box shadow, zero pixel, 1 pixel, 3 pixels, then the color E2, that's a subtle gray color. Can't see anything yet because we need to give it a WebKit box shadow. Press live, then we see the box shadow there. Okay, everything good. Now we're going to have the header container we have already. Everything is in the center, in the 960 grid position. Let's give it a background colors so that we can see visually, right? So we're going to give it a RGB color, RGBA 0, 204, 204, .1, and that's gonna do it. Okay, so we have a full width header with a static shadow underneath and the fixed width header container. All right, which is very nice and good looking stuff. Okay, moving on, and then we work on the navigation. First, the brand. Let's give it a font size. Let's give it a 30 pixel. Font weight, make it bold. Then the line height is 100 pixels, and that way it is going to be vertically in the center of the header. Okay, all right, looking good. Don't worry about this yet. Now we're going to change the color of the brand text there. So same as the color of the anchored texts. Looking great. So now that we know that our header container is in the middle, let's remove this background for the timing. And then let's work on the nav curly brackets with 100%, text align center, as that. Then nav ul curly brackets, nav li curly brackets, nav a curly brackets, and nav a hover curly brackets. Okay, let's fix the navigation there, shall we? All right, another list. To get rid of the bullets, we need to give it a float. I want my another list to be on the right side, so float right, and it's there. Now get rid of these bullets. This is style type, none. All right, then the line height 100 pixels. All right, each of these has the line height of 100 pixels. Okay, and it is going to be vertically in the center, and we're going to give it margin top -100 pixels. Okay, now it is vertical center, and but it is still in this vertical position. That's because we haven't give any li property there, li value. So let's give it li value. So I want my li item to float to the left, and there you go. Okay, and then I want to remove this underline from there. To do that, in the nav a text decoration to none, and that's gone. And I want some space in between them, so margin left around 30 pixels. Alright, that's good. I want some space right side around 20 pixels, so margin, I don't want that to touch the browser, the navigation, so margin right 20 pixels, and it has 20 pixel right side margin, and that is not going to touch the browser again. So I want that same thing in here for the brand. Okay, so in the brand, give margin left at 20 pixel. Alright, that's solved there. So it is never going to touch the browser, and everything is in the vertically position center in the header. Okay, and that's how you create the header, beautiful full width header, fixed width contents in there. Okay, moving on, let's break them down. So we're good. Okay, now the navigation is set, header is set up, and the header is set up, the navigation and the brand is set up there. And now let's work on the image slider. Okay, so these are the header tags, and within the header we have the navigation and header brand. So just after that we're going to create the image slider. Okay, so we're going to have a div id, we're going to call it hero, and let's make a comment. See, image slider, copy this and give it, paste it here, right, and image slider, so that we know that these are the area for the image slider. Okay, making comments on what on the go is good.
It's one
to know where precisely everything is. So div id hero, and within this div id we're going to have another div id, we're going to call it container, and within this container div id we're going to have a div class called controller, and we're going to copy this line, Command C, paste it twice, and in the middle one let's change this div class to an id, and let's change this name to controller to slider. Alright, Command S, refresh, and just after the first controller quote comma space id next, and do the same for the bottom ones, controller just after the quote space id ref or previous. Okay, Command S, and that's all there is needed for the image slider. Okay, these are the codes that is needed for the image slider. It is as simple as that. So we're going to have the image slider implemented in here right now, and let's give it the CSS values. Okay, shall we? So double click on hero text and then click on this icon, plus icon, then list specific, press OK, block, display block, then width is going to be 960 pixels, height is going to be 563 pixels. That's the size of the height of our images, and we're going to give these values depending on our images. Okay, all right, and margin is going to be auto, and that's that for the hero. Then double click on container, give it a CSS row, less specific, compound base. Okay, simply positioning, overflow to auto. That's it for that. Okay, then double click on slider, give it a CSS row by clicking on this plus icon, list specific, slider ID until you see the slider ID. Okay, then block, display block, box width is 960 pixels, height is 563, same as the hero width, and floating will be left, and positioning will be absolute, overflow will be hidden. And that way the hidden option is going to help us by not showing all the images stacking on top of each other. Okay, it is going to hide all the images behind one image. All right, that's that. And then all right, very good. We need to have the images for our project slide, right, for the image slider. So let's get back to the desktop, create a folder. Did we save it? Yes, we have, I think. Okay, so if we have saved it, save. All right, so we have our folder on this one. My site rocks, we have only one item in there, index, and we're going to get few images, the arrows, and three images. Copy, then get back to desktop, my site rocks folder, and paste it in the folder, and we're set. Get back to Dreamweaver. All right, so now click on the next ID, double click, then give it a CSS row, laser specific until you see the next ID only, compound base. Okay, then background image, browse, then the right arrow because it's the next ID, background repeat, no repeat, center, export position, center, block, display block, box width is 100 pixel, height is going to be 563 of the height of the image slider. Okay, so floating will be right because it's the next arrow, and positioning will be relative, and overflow, not the overflow, the z index is going to be 9999. That way it is going to float on top of the images. Okay, apply, and we're good. Simply copy this next property, ID property, command C, paste it there, and change this next to prev. I'm simply doing it to save some time. Same thing, right to left, and float right to left. That's all you need to do. And let's add one more thing, cursor, so that when we hover over the arrows we'll see a pointer, and that's how you do it. Cursor, add the cursor, copy and paste it to the previous as well. All right, our arrows are there but not the images, but we're going to add the images just in between the slider div ID. Make sure your cursor is there, just here, then insert image, then the first image you want to put with alternate text, that's a good practice. Then insert image again, then the second one, image 2, then insert one more time, then the third image, image 3, and let's civilize them in a good way so that it looks organized. And yep, let's refresh it and everything is in order. You click but you don't see anything because we have our vehicle but we don't have the engine of the vehicle, and that would be the jQuery file. Okay, so we are going to add the jQuery file first. We're going to launch the browser. First we're going to download the jQuery file, jQuery library. Just go to jQuery.com, then you see this download button, click on there, then scroll down, then you see this jQuery.2.x version. Click on the first one, and then this code page comes up. Then nothing to worry, then file, save page as, and on your desktop my site rocks folder, save it. Don't change anything in here, name. Okay, save, and you're done with the jQuery library file. And then the jQuery malstart.com for the image slider, cycle plugin, and then you come to this page, click on this link, download the cycle plugin. Then you come to this page, then click on this cycle plugin link, and then you come to this page. Don't worry about it, simply go to file, save page as, do the same, desktop your folder, and then save it there. Don't change anything, and you are almost done. Simply go back twice on the browser and just scroll below. You see this intermediate demo part 2 link there. Click on that link and then this page pops up. Simply copy this code, Command C or right click, copy, because we have previous and next button arrows in our image slider, right? So we will need this code, function code. All right, we're good. We're going to minimize this, we don't need that, and we're going to add the jQuery files just after the meta character set tags there. Press enter to go to the next line. Then you click on the insert panel in here. If you don't have this here, simply go to window, then insert. Okay, then that will pop up. Double click. All right, so once you are in the insert panel area, then you see this script icon in there. Click, then this little window pops up. Type none to JavaScript, select type none to text / JavaScript, then click on this folder icon. Then this window pops up, and then select, go to your folder, then select the jQuery library file first, open, press OK, and the code is added for you. You did not have to write a single thing. Okay, press enter to go to next line and do the same. Click on this script icon, then this window pops up. From type none to text / JavaScript, then click on this folder icon again one more time and go to your folder, and then the jQuery cycle.all.js file, select that, open, click OK, and you are almost done. Then enter one more time, type script crr scr, then space, type JavaScript, enter, close it, and then Command V to add those function we just copied from here. Okay, Alright, so then we're almost done. So change this S2 to slider because it has to match with this slider ID, div ID. Okay, so copy this. If you haven't changed it, then come here and paste it. Make sure you write it properly, and these are the next and previous buttons, so remove those two from there and press refresh. Now we're set. The image slider is fully functional. Once I click, it animates. Alright, okay, if you want to, you can do customization on that. You can make it slow so it slowly fades, which is good, nice looking. And if you want to scroll from fade, right, SCROLL capital H ORZ, and that's gonna scroll horizontally once you click, only once you click. That is because timeout is set to 0. Okay, if the timeout is set to 0, then the image slider will do nothing, but it is fully functional. User has to click on the arrows to go through the images or product or information, whatever is there. So if you want it to animate it by self, give it some values there. Okay, like 2000 milliseconds is 2 seconds, right? So every 2 seconds it is going to animate or slide. All right, this is how it works. So we're good. Let's see in the design view, and I see that it is just after the header. I want some space in there. Okay, I want to see the shadow of the header, so split view, then come into the header section, give the margin bottom 20 pixels, and that's that. Now we have some breathing space in there. Now we can see that our beautiful header with nice subtle shadow underneath, and the logo or brand ID there, and the navigation sitting right precisely in the vertical center of the header, the navigation and the header logo icon or text. And that's how you create a beautiful website first page, and you can add so many things in there. Okay, so let's check it in Safari, save, and there we go.
It's 1:45.
So there you have it. Now you know how. Alright, so how to create this kind of beautiful stuff. Alright, hope you enjoyed, and I hope that it gives you some clue to how to do things in a website, with a website, how to create the header and the image slider, and rest you can do by yourself, do it on your own, and you can take it further, and please do share with others, because sharing is important. Please share anything that is good or inspires you or help you. Please do share with the world, and thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.